If you're someone who wants to work from home but does not know where to start or how to start, this video will really help you. And of course, watch till the end since I will be sharing some truth bombs that is important and somehow will really impact your expectations on this journey. So you need to start with step 1, that is preparation stage. Do not resign yet without completing this stage. That's important to know because I know some people who decides to resign, and then after resigning from their current job, they start looking for that job. And sometimes that can cause stress, especially if your aim is working from home, since there's always a waiting time when it comes to matching with a certain client. So that's why it is wiser to just step back, don't resign yet, and do the preparation stage. First is financial preparation. So when you decide to transition working from home, you will need your resignation fund. I call it that. 3 to 4 months worth of your expenses. That is important. Once you're there, like you're in the transition, you've already resigned from your current job and you're currently on training or let's say waiting for a client, you really don't know when your God-given client will be given. So there's always this waiting time. So once you prepare 3 to 4 months worth of your expenses, it will cause you less stress. Thus, it will help you focus more on gaining that skill. If there is a training stage, then it will help you focus more on that training. My ideal preparation stage for finances, that would be 6 months at least. Once you decide, you plan out 6 months. After 6 months, you provide your resignation letter. What you'll do within that 6 months, you'll save up the bonus, you'll save up a big chunk of your salary to your resignation fund. It will really help. And just in case, you also need plan B. On my case before, my plan B was actually to get a loan from SSS. The good thing is I did not reach plan B and I was able to be matched with my amazing client. So yeah, it will take time. So you need to prepare for it just for peace of mind. The next one is the preparation stage is for physical preparations. What I mean by that is equipment must be prepared. This time you need to be very wise with what you will choose to buy. Other people will decide to borrow their laptop for working from home. That's okay. It depends on your situation. But for me, that's not possible. So I had to strategize knowing that this is the amount of money I can only use for the laptop and the other amount would be resignation fund. What I did was I went for installment. So I paid for a certain amount and then I did installment and that's it. I got a brand new laptop and that's my laptop that I've been using since day 1 of our training. Research on what your dream company requires. So it depends on what company you will work with. So example, there will be healthcare virtual assistants. There will also be business virtual assistants. There will also be like simply for project based. So you have to figure that out. I will link down below top sites from my own perspective. These are the companies whom I know my friends are working with or I am working with one of those companies. So next is mental preparation. So for mental preparation, you have to know that this will be a risky path, but you have to find proof that it will be worth it. My proof for transitioning from corporate to work from home is actually my cousin. She was the one who told me that this is her work and it's legit It's not a scam. It's not easy money. You have to train for 2 months. You have to work hard. You have to do your best to be chosen as a healthcare virtual assistant. So I realized that this is legit and she's earning money. You have to find someone actually whom you'll know is the living proof that that company that you'll go with or you'll work with is not a scam. Because nowadays, scam exists and you have to make sure that the company that you're gonna choose is legit. And yeah, talk to someone already earning from that field. And that's one of the things I've explained earlier. Expect it to be hard. So with your mental health on this journey, you have to know that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be mentally draining, if not physically draining, but it will be worth it once you look at your first paycheck. Trust me. Next is emotional. You have to find your support system. If you're a breadwinner, explain that you will do such transition and that might affect the monthly budget of how you will support your family or your parents. You have to let them know, because once you've resigned from your current job and you're living within your resignation fund, you will really need to be very wise with your finances. And that's part of it. You have to know which is important, which is not. Next, the stage 2. Study all you can stage. Still do not resign yet without completing the stage. So for step 2, I would suggest that you find a new notebook, do research or study on what field you have chosen, prepare for qualification exams. There will be YouTube lessons, crash course, enhance your skills, typing skills, bookkeeping skills, call handling skills. Those skills are very important. You also need to practice talking to the camera. It might be awkward at first, but you will be able to train yourself doing that. The good thing about this stage is you're reviewing for a board exam, just like what you did before. So once you're reviewing for a board exam, you have a fixed schedule every day to work on it. What I did was I was confident to submit my application when I have completed the whole notebook of simply research, self-test, and practice tests. That's basically how I made it through at that stage. Step 3 is submit your application stage. So do not resign yet. Still do not resign. Why? This step is crucial because this will determine if you will be hired or if you will be qualified for training or not. You have to check email constantly. Once you've submit application, you have to really make sure to clean your email and have this professional email, because that also has an impact. Submit your portfolio, resume, requirements, NBI, TOR, all those requirements which will be provided in their official website on whatever company that you're going to choose. There will always be somehow a video introduction. I know a few and they do require video introduction. Prepare for an interview, and sometimes it's the recruitment team that you'll be facing with, so prepare for that. And then proofread all of your requirements, like for resumes, for cover letter, you proofread that 3 times. That's about it. We're done. So once you've done submitting the application stage, the best time to resign is when you know you're accepted. So once you get that acceptance letter or email, that's when you render your resignation. I would suggest that you be honest with the company that you're gonna apply to. Just let them know that you're currently rendering resignation and they'll give you a time frame, usually 2 to 3 months or there are times like 1, 2, or 3 months validity of your application. So you just have to communicate well, because the worst case that can happen is you entering training, and sometimes training is at night, and then you also have a daytime work. That will not only cause physical stress, but it will also cause mental stress, psychological stress, and it will probably affect your overall performance on both ends, like on your training or on your work from home setup, blah blah blah, or your current job. So truth bomb, so training for some are not paid and is hard. So waiting for a client may take months. So that's also a reality. For me, I anticipated 2 months waiting. The good thing is I waited for almost 2 months. And then money will be slowly used up, and that will add pressure. Yes, that is also true. So your support system will really help. My support system at that time was my husband, and he was willing to cover some of the expenses that I can no longer shoulder. So that's a big help. Internet quality, camera quality, noise quality matters a lot, especially if you're working from home. So you have to invest well on that. Most likely, training will be fast-paced. So there are trainings that will only take 1 month, but 2 months, 3 months, that's possible. And mostly night shift. There are accounts that you can work with that is morning shift, but on what I've known and my own experience, mostly it's night shift. So I know that this transition will be kind of scary. It is, but it will be worth it. So I'm gonna leave with this verse to encourage: trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. I know that this transition might be scary for some. It was really for me. But knowing where I am right now and seeing how God has arranged everything, it's truly worth it. And it's such a blessing. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope this really helps. And I hope you decide to take that step